Divine peace and blessings, everyone, and happy holidays to you all. Tonight's pick a card will be Shadows of the Ancestors. This pick a card option will identify the symptoms of a generational curse. It will address why the generational curse has occurred, how it is affecting you, and messages from your ancestors. Within each of the piles here, amethyst, fluorite, clear quartz, prenate, lapis lazuli, there is also a hidden message, a rune. For each person, may it resonate. Take what resonates with you. May it be as helpful on your journey as having a good paying job. All right, y'all. So I'd like to hear back from you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my page, my channel. And let's go ahead and get started with pick a pile option number 1. So first, again, concentrate and focus. Choose a pile that resonates with you, that pulls on your spirit, your energy. Amethyst, clear quartz, and fluorite. Prenate, lapis lazuli. So there are your 4 options. I'll give you all 30 seconds to make your choice, starting now. Welcome back. Pick a pal option number 1's amethyst. Okay, so your hidden message. Let's see. You have Fehu or Frey in the reverse. So those of you who chose pick a pile option number 1, you may be going through some forms of struggle with regards to paying off credit cards, having a large amount of debt, possibly some of you having large amounts of credit card debts. Some of you are dealing with self-esteem issues. And the message here of Fehu is that your luck is turning around. Okay? Your luck is turning around. Abundance is meant for you. And I kind of get that feeling that those of you who chose pick a pile option number 1 kind of feel this already. That things are taking a turn for the better. You just aren't there yet. You don't know what to expect. but you feel it. You know it. Some of you don't have enough credit to obtain what it is you want. Practice makes perfect. Practice paying off your bills on time. If you have a car note, pay your car note in advance. It helps build your credit. Karma.com, enroll. If your landlord isn't paying, if your landlord isn't concerned about your credit, isn't paying it any mind, doesn't report your rent payments, you may want to enroll on your own. Okay? Just a few things that Spirit gave me that I just wanted to leave there. And because this is black obsidian, a very powerful stone, I feel that you are protected by your ancestors. They are guiding you and showing you a path that is unfamiliar to the rest of your family. They wouldn't dare cross paths and come on to this journey that you have. You have decided to. And that could be for a select few people that has chosen pick a pile option number 1. So let's go ahead and get into these cards here. Okay, we have faith in your dreams. Meditate and contemplate. 3 of Swords. Arnmethia. Spirit. Ra. Tahuti. Duat. Aminta. And Fragment. Okay, so let's get into the placements of these cards. Pick a pile option number 1s. Okay, I was recommended this spread by Raven Aurora, so I had to create a spread that will connect you all with the answers I felt you would need the most to help you on your journey in this lifetime. At least get the ball rolling. If not breaking generational curses happening for you this lifetime, at least you'll know exactly what it is and you can begin it the next lifetime. But I'm rooting for you all and hoping that you all are able to break your generational curses. So we have faith in your dreams. Okay? So your generational curse affects you in this area. You don't have faith. You don't have faith in what it is you can accomplish. You don't trust in your ability to create your own existence, your own reality, your own lifestyle. You have lost faith. Okay? Meditate and contemplate. Your generational curses affects you this way where you are impulsive. You don't think before you take action. And I get this feeling that not some of you are just Pisces that chose this, but I get this feeling that you have an energy of being very irrational. to the point of unable to sit still. You're not able to sit still. Your thoughts run through your mind all during the night. It may be hard for some of you to sleep because you have a lot of energy. You're restless because you're on the verge of a spiritual path, but you are unsure which path is the right path for you. So you could be new to spirituality, or you could just know a lot about spirituality, but you don't know which path is your true path, where you can place your trust and your faith in. Okay. You could have been raised religious, and because you no longer want to be part of religion, you have developed a form of disbelief in God, some of you, and disbelief in your ability to conquer your obstacles and the trials that are laid before you, and you don't know who to call on that'll help you because you feel like you are godless. Even the godless have a God. Okay? There is a deity for everyone. I look at it this way: if God created the devil, God could create a God for those who don't want a God. If God, and I won't even go that deep, I think you get the concept. In your journey, you will find out who you are. In your journey, you will find out what it is you are here to do. But most importantly, who it is you truly are. And one of the best ways to know who you truly are is to know who you are not. From there, the clues come to you, and you build on that the mere facts that you are not what you don't want to be. Okay? So that's how your generational curse is affecting you. So your generational curse sounds like it could be about an acceptance of a belief system through the family that did not resonate with who they truly were. And you stepping out of that has caused you confusion, but hold tight. Okay, we're going to go on to the next question here. The next question is something in the past that was done by an ancestor. No, I'm sorry. How does the generational curse peak out most? It peaks out most through your heartbreaks, your quarrels, let me restate what this is representing here. This card is, how does your generational curse peek its head out, and in what way? And it comes through your hurt and your pain, your sorrows. And I'm going to clarify this one. I feel the need to clarify this card because it could be that you fall into, it may be that you give your relationships a little too much credit. The persons that you were with, and not truly seeing them for who they were. If they've hurt you, if they've abandoned you, if they have mistreated you, you still want to give them kudos. You give them qualities that they don't have. Hmm. Hmm. So your generational curse peeks its head out pining over situations that were inevitable, unchangeable, that had to happen in order for you to realize things are not always what they seem. People are not always who they say they are, and you have to be the one to truly determine reality from illusion. You may have suffered really hard endings with someone that may have taken you to the lowest of thoughts, even for some of you, suicidal thoughts, because the thought of losing this person, you felt like your life was ending, that it was over. For others of you, this is a loss of a connection you feel with family. Okay. And I'm going to clarify, like I said, because this needs to be clarified. Why is the Three of Hearts here in this position for others that I have not touched on? Let's see. Yeah, like I said, some of you have lost love. Okay, you move on, but you're still carrying that baggage and that pain with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords energy is a beautiful woman who is strong. And you don't necessarily have to be a woman. For those of you who are men who chose this pile. Okay? But you have a tendency to hide all that is you in order to be what someone else wants you to be. And then you create an illusion of who you think they are. So therefore you stay instead of taking them for face value. Some of you have lost parents or lost a spouse. You are widows, or you could be adopted, raised by another family member. Okay? But the Queen of Swords is a beautiful energy, again, like I said, to have, because she presses on after hardship. Okay? She takes the lessons in life. She learns them. She masters them. And she learns how to become a beautiful person afterwards. That regardless of what was done to her, who left her, who abandoned her, what losses she may have encountered on her life path and her journey, she is still a beautiful woman or a beautiful man. She can be demanding. She can be that bitch. Okay? If you have not been harnessing that energy to be that bitch or that motherfucker, then maybe you ought to. And for some of you, you may be a little too much of that bitch or that motherfucker. Yeah. So take what resonates with you. Let's move on to Artemisia. Let me fix my computer so I can see if you guys are able to see my cards. Okay. So Artemisia is in a position of, something in the past that was done by an ancestor that is affecting you today. Mm. 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 Someone was in a really dark place mentally. They were cut off by society. Okay. Look at the word here on the bottom. integrity. For some of you, this was a rape. For some of you, this was a murder the ancestor committed. For some of you, you were born through a rape situation. For some of you, you were born in a brothel. For some of you, your ancestors I'm speaking of, and you could be that ancestor reincarnate. Let me just put that out there as well. Someone lived a lowly life. And it is said that if you commit something 3 times in your life, and it is a good act or a bad act, that it sticks with you and it binds itself to your DNA. So this act of not having integrity that this ancestor had, whatever it was, and I'm going to clarify, it tied it, they lived this lifestyle. They lived this lifestyle so well, although they knew it was not the better of them. They lived it out of survival. They lived it, some of them lived it out of passion and sought power. In death, they realized it was not the path they were meant to live. It was not the life meant to live. But they had destroyed generations that come after them through their acts. Let's see what else here. Want to look into this card a little more. And I'm also going to clarify with a couple other cards. But I wanted to pull out the book. I have the book. Okay, so for some of you, you didn't have an ancestor that thought highly of other people. They didn't have the respect for humanity that they should have had. And it was only because of the respect that they lacked from society and possibly family members. Let me see if I can clarify integrity. Okay, so remember I said something about a brothel. Okay, someone in this pile had an ancestor that was, she worked and ran a brothel. She might have been a madam, okay, or just a worker. She did things strange for a little bit of change. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Queen of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. We got both the King and Queen of Pentacles. So this is working with another group of you. Okay. And it may somehow have to do with this situation here. So what I'm getting from the Queen and King of Pentacles is that this was a family business where There was a lack of wisdom. There was a lack of, when you know better, you do better. Okay. And this family dealt in a business that was not built on integrity. Now, whether or not this has anything to do with the brothel situation, these people, even though their business was dirty business, they were good people in heart. I believe it may have had to do with the times that they were living in that caused them to do the things that they did, because it was hard. It was a hard life, but they were good people. But as I stated before, when you do something more than 3 times, whether it's good or bad, it becomes a permanent imprint in your genetic, in your genetics, in your genes. Okay. Let's go on here to spirit communication. Why spirit communication here? Let me go to my card here. I had to write down why I have like my place settings. So the questions that I ask my spirit guides is written down on this piece of paper, and the cards are the answer. Okay. All right. Necessary steps to break your generational curse. So the necessary steps you have to take in order to break your curse, this makes perfect sense. You have to connect to spirit. You have to connect with your spirit guides. You have to begin to trust your intuition. That'll help you to move with integrity. That'll help you to trust and believe in the Creator. That'll help you trust and believe in yourself, that you're making the right decisions. Trust in spirit. You have to make that connection with spirit. And it makes perfect sense. And I'm not speaking here religiously. I'm speaking here spiritually. Spiritually, what I say and what I mean when I say connecting with spirit is you're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to, before you go to bed at night, say, Spirit, show me the way. And you determine what the way is. You determine what way you would like. You determine what spirit is actually saying. So, for instance, you're dating someone. Before you go to bed at night, you say, Spirit, show me who this person is. Just for an example. Spirit, show me who I am before you go to bed. Spirit, show me how to deal with my children before you go to bed. Spirit, show me how to be a better husband or a better wife. Okay? Spirit, show me how to be a better daughter or a better sister or a better worker or a better friend. Okay? Just to give you an idea of how you can connect with spirit on that level. Spirit, how do I approach breaking this generational curse? Is what this reading is about. Okay? And spirit will begin to show you things. And you need to get you a little tiny notepad about that wide, about that long, that you can flip over. And whenever you get an idea that seems so connected to you, like a light bulb moment, you write it down. A thought, a feeling, a direction, guidance, an answer. You flip that notepad or notebook back. You write down what it is you feel, what it is you heard, what it is you have seen. Because many of you will have different gifts, I won't be able to just say, what it is you've heard, because some of you are seers. Some of you are clairvoyant. Some of you are clairaudient, audient. Some of you are, you have multiple gifts. Okay? Yeah, clairaudient. Voyant and audient. Okay? So whatever gifts you have, that is how spirit will connect with you, and then you'll be able to determine your gifts. Some of you have the gift of synchronicity. Okay? Knowing the difference between a good omen and a bad omen through sight, seeing, feeling, touching, smelling, tasting, whatever. Clairgustance, clairsentient. There are multiple gifts, and some of you have multiple gifts. Okay? So let's look here. You have I5 Tuat, I5 Tahuti, and Duat Amintah. Okay? Your generational curse is going to be hard for you to break because some of you are afraid of the dark. Okay? Some of you enjoy the idea of looking like you're part of the occult, dressing like you're part of the occult, but you're afraid to go into the dark. You're afraid to go into the dark. And when I say dark, I mean pitch black dark, no lights. Sit there for an hour and meditate. For others of you, you have with Tahuti. Tahuti deals with writing. Tahuti deals with concepts and things of that nature. Some of you are afraid to you're going to have a hard time breaking your generational curse because you only want to deal with the black arts. Black arts, you don't want to explore the occult, all of the occult knowledge there is. Some of you can't break generational curses because you think that the dark arts are bad for you. Oh, love and light. Oh, white light shines on me. Light my incense, drink my tea, play some Erykah Badu or some Hootie and the Blowfish. And I'm spiritual. I'm living the life. But you can't sit in the dark for an hour. You can't meditate in the dark for an hour. You're afraid of the dark. You're afraid of truly touching an occult book, a grimoire, but you call yourself a witch, or you call yourself spiritual. And this for a large amount of you, Spirit said. Okay? You might be creative with your hands. You might have the ability to write very well. But having an ability to write versus actually being spiritual is two different things. See, it's a difference. It's going to be hard for you to break your generational curse if you can't walk the walk that you talk. Let's sit that down there. Now this card here, fragment. You see that spirit lady and all that grass, and it's dark. She's a spirit. What message? All right. Does this card have for us? How you can remember the importance of ending this curse is through the answer in this card. Okay? This card is saying to you, you're living but a piece of who you are. That you have fragment. You are not whole because you are only choosing to deal with a part of yourself that you are willing to accept, and you are leaving the rest of you aside. It's like this ghost here is your shadow, and it's living in the darkness when you're afraid to go in. It's allowing your shadow self to actually live in the darkness isn't helping you. You're only living part of who you are. You have not embraced all of who you are. That is a journey. That is a journey, and you need to open yourself up to that reality that you are more than what you see yourself as being right now. There are parts of you that you are ignoring because of whatever. You know best. I'm not going to clarify that because I could be here for a very long time, because it's more than one person that chose pick a pile option number 1. So let's see what messages your ancestors have for you. Ancestors, what messages do you have for those who chose pick a pile option number 1? What messages? What messages do you have for those who chose pick a pile option number 1? What messages? I'm going to pick from the center. I am surrounded by loving animals. Okay. So this ancestor is saying to you that you may have picked up on their love of pets, just to give you a clue of who they are. For those of you who chose pick a pile option number 1, let's see what else they have to say about you. Well, to you. These cards here are kind of sticky. They're brand new. Let me go ahead and shuffle these. I'm going to pick from the center. They stuck together too. Trust your intuition. We were just talking about that. Have faith in your dreams, and how go back and listen to the very first part of your reading. For those of you who chose this pile, trusting your intuition is very, very important in your spiritual journey, in your life, period. It's important to trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust whatever signs you're getting. Trust it. Some of you need to really start, trusting and accepting the fact that you may have a gift. Stop denying it. Okay? You have a sixth sense. Embrace it. It's there to help you. Okay? All right. So for those of you who chose pick a pile option number 1, this pile was for you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. All right. Time for pick a pile option number 2. Welcome back, For those of you who chose Pick a Pile option number 2, fluorite and clear quartz, this is for you. Your rune is Lagu. Lagu's message is that of intuition. So for those of you who chose Pick a Pal option number 2, you're highly intuitive. For some of you, you may be in a situation right now that is draining you of your energy. Not only is it draining you of your energy, you are trying to fight against the current of a situation that you're going through in your life. It is a change that is necessary and had to come, and you're fighting against this. And Lagu speaks of pretty much going with the flow. Okay? Some of you have blocked out your intuition. Some of you have blocked out your ability to have second sight. Some of you are receiving guidance in your inner ear. You are ignoring it. But I'm telling you right now that whatever it is you're going through right now, your life, the situation, the best way to handle this situation is through surrender. Okay? Surrender to the current situation and go with the flow. All right? Let's see. That's how you do it. Let's see. You have prosperity lies ahead. A fiery climax approaches. You have justice. You have secrecy. You have memories of the past. You have Duat Sokor. You have Ta Nekbet. And you have High Priestess of Spirit, which I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised to see High Priestess of Spirit with Lagu here. That water energy, some of you could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Some of you could be Aries or Leo, okay? Some of you could be Libra, all right? Some of you have that high sorcery, that high knowledge, occult knowledge. Some of you are just seers, diviners, oracles, okay? For those, take what resonates with you, okay? Not everyone that is a seer deals with magic. They just deal with their sight, and that is fine, okay? That is fine. Okay, so I think you can see all of the cards I have on the board here for you. I just want to make sure that there is no card left unseen. Perfect. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. All right, so let's go here. You have prosperity lies ahead. A fiery climax approaches. Your generational curse affects you in being afraid of success. You don't finish what you start. You have all the energy in the world to get something going, and then out of nowhere, it just poofs. It goes away. And it's because you don't see things through to the end. And you may have been wondering why. A part of you is saying, I just wanted to know I could do it. But there's going to come a time in your life when you say, why am I still in this place? And it's because you took your life for granted. I'm looking at the ancestor here. The ancestor is that of an absent person, someone that is no longer, this is an ancestor that is no longer with us, that died. It could have been a parent, it could have been a grandparent, it could have been someone that before they died, they went away. It could have been someone that you have pictures of and never met. It could have been, for some of you, this is a person who, some of you are going through a generational curse because of something that a grandparent did, and they cursed the generations through a photo. Look at the pictures here. They had access to the house and got hold of a photo and was able to curse the bloodlines. Okay. And for others of you, a father or a mother has gone, and now you suffer building relationships with your children because there was an abandonment, there was a walking away. For others of you, grandparent, great grandparents, and the behavior due to the abandonment, it could be abandonment issues you're dealing with. It's what Spirit given me. Okay. Abandonment issues because someone walked away and they caused behavior, a trauma in the relationships between one another. Like someone, you may have a mother that clings on to you so tightly, does not give you air. Where you going? Who you going with? What time you coming back? What kind of car they drive? They put fear in your life. Okay. And you have a fear of success because of it. It's like you're waiting for someone's approval and you don't need anyone's approval. And some of you are just telling yourself, I just wanted to see I could do it. I just wanted to know I was able to do it. But you want to know what the outcome would be if you continue to do it, if you live it. If you went on ahead and lived your life. That's what I'm getting. If you went on ahead and lived your life and not took for granted the gifts you have, the knowledge you have, the experience you have. Yeah. So the Justice card is here. You could be a Libra. Okay. You don't necessarily have to be a Libra. You could be in the energy of just trying to balance out and partner up with your spiritual life and your mundane life. Okay. Your material life and your spiritual life. Okay. And I see why. Okay. Nematoma is here. Secrecy. Okay. Your ancestor. You know how they say your secrets keep you sick? You see the butterflies there? The transformation. Okay. That lantern is that of a pineal gland. Okay. There were a lot of things kept hidden from you that could have helped you, helped your parents, mother or father. I don't know which ancestor this is, mother or father. But they had a need to transform themselves. They had a hard time dealing with their emotions. Okay. Some of them were emotionalists. They did not show love and affection. Some of them maybe cried and fainted a lot because they had too much emotions. I'm not sure, so I'm going to clarify that card. Why is this ancestor card here in secrecy? Why is the ancestor card here in secrecy? What card is that? Turned over. Four of Pentacles. Hiding money. So you could be, your family could have had money in the past, but somebody was being a hoarder and kept the money all for themselves. They were hiding money from the family that they rightly had a means to. They had the right to that money. So your family probably had some form of wealth, and they hid that. They stole it. Okay, to build a foundation of their own, and it put you all out financially. What's going to stop you from breaking your generational curse possibly is the fact that your family and your friends don't practice what it is you study, what you currently believe. It goes against what they are currently knowledgeable about. They're superstitious. They're religious. You know, they could be a little prejudiced, racist. They could be discriminative against different groups of people based on their religious upbringing. Okay? That's what can hold you back from breaking your generational curse. Okay? Let's see here. Although when it's about the approach, okay? It's about how you introduce what it is you believe to your family. Sometimes less means more. Okay? I had to pick that card back up and talk about that just a little more. Say less. Okay? Say less. When it comes down to your spirituality, say less. Less means more. Okay? Less means more. You are not responsible for teaching them. You are only responsible for teaching yourself. And through your lessons, you are learning your spirituality, your practices, and they'll be able to see that you will be the leader. And they will have no other choice but to come to you, accept you for who you are, embrace you as you are, instead of challenging your thoughts and ideas because you said less. It's when you give too much. It's when you give too much. Okay? It's exactly what that is. Let's go here. You have Duat Sokar, and you have Ta Nakbet. Okay? So you can remember the importance of breaking your generational curse through darkness. Meditating in the dark. Okay? Knowing that there are cycles in life of life and death. Life and death. Having that understanding that all living things shall die. And Duat also talks about cycles in life. Your generational curse deals with the fact that you don't know how to allow, and you don't know how to let goodbyes be goodbyes. When you're going through cycles in life, changes in life, you're wanting to stay because you're comfortable in those energies. When life is saying, hey, you should be looking forward to getting out of this, to better days. But you may want to cling on and hold on to those days. And I disagree. Life disagrees. All living things must go through metamorphosis. All living things go through cycles of life and death. All living things go through a rebirth. Okay? Neckbet. Okay? Cycle of life is what it is we're looking at here. That's how you can remind yourself to break that generational curse, not to get stuck. Not to get stuck in believing things that no longer serve you. Not to get stuck in relationships that no longer serve a purpose. Not to get stuck in people, places, and things that no longer serve you. It's how you break this generational curse. Or you be like Taye Diggs in that TV show he played in, where every morning he had to wake up and save his wife. The wife is dead. The wife is gone. She's not coming back. You cannot bring back the dead. You cannot revive the dead that is meant to be dead. And I'm speaking metaphorically here. Okay? Let's see. High Priestess of Spirit. Look at this beautiful card. Meditate. Become knowledgeable. Understand. Allow. Release. Let go. Wisdom. 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 Okay, High Priestess. This is a High Priestess knows through spirit that there is no such thing as coincidence. A High Priest of Spirit knows that when we create our own webs, we also have the key to getting out of the web that we created. Okay. That is one way to look at that. In this web that has been created is also your key. Go back to the past. Look into the past for answers. Actions taken, things done. Undo it. Undo what was done. Let's see what messages your spirits, ancestors, guides have for those who chose Pick a Pile option number 2. Spirit guides, what messages do you have for those who chose Pick a Pile option number 2? I have no more earthly worries. Okay? And what this is saying to me is that, you know, you have all that you need within you to accomplish your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. By just tapping into those gifts, those abilities, and those qualities that you have in life will eliminate the issues you have. You have strong intuition. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Okay? Stop being afraid of success. Allow success to come into your life. All right? You are worthy of success. Let's see what else, Spirit. Mm. Thoughts create your reality. So if you trust in yourself, you will accomplish that which you desire. You will have what you need. You will have no worries. Trusting and knowing who you are is of importance. So for those of you who chose Pick a Pile option number 2, this is for you. Let's go on now to Pick a Pile option number 3. All right, so for those of you who chose Pick a Pal option number 3, this is for you. Let's go ahead and reveal your secret message. Esau. Okay, so I'm going to put Esau here. Esau talks about things being at a standstill. You may be facing a lot of delays. You may be stuck or feeling stuck right now. And it's because things have to be. Things aren't moving because things aren't supposed to be moving just yet. Okay. So it feels like things are frozen around you. Esau is the Norse word for frozen water. Okay. But just know that with the frozen water, the sun eventually comes out and the sun will eventually melt the ice and the water will be able to flow once again. Okay. So you may be having some setbacks, some delays. Things may seem stuck. You may feel like your energy is just stuck and I need to relight that candle. Exactly. Frozen. Okay. Frozen and stuck in a time where you feel like things should be moving and going in the ways that you wanted to go, but you know, the universe is saying it's not time yet. Be patient. Your time is coming. Okay? Let me light this candle. There is a need to have acceptance with the fact that your time is coming, but it's just not right now. But it's coming. It's on its way. The sun will shine again for you. Okay? Let me put this over here. See? The sun will shine again for you. It will put light on your situation and take you out of that frozen time and space. Okay? So for those of you who chose Pray Night, this is for you. Let's see what we got here. I got to get that candle wax out of my nails. Ugh. Okay. So we have it's time to take action. Emotions are running high. That ties in. That ties right in with Esau. You're like, it's time to take action right now, but you have to stop. Things are at a standstill. Things are frozen in ice. It's like, a freeze. The message here could be that, you know, the way that the generational curse has affected you has put your life in a standstill and on ice. Okay. That your life has, you know, no progress right now. You want to take action, but it's like having your hands tied or your feet cemented, and you have the Nine of Cups. You have abandonment. Uh, you've got the control freak here. Sometimes it's the organizer too. It does have some good aspects. You have Net Benu. You have Epet. And you have meditation. Okay. So let me check my camera, make sure you all can see the cards laid on the board for you. Okay. Yep. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead, take a look. Now, as I told groups number 1 and 2, I had to write down the placements of the cards. Okay. Because Raven Aurora gave me this great idea and for this pick a card, and I had to craft it and write down what it is I wanted to pretty much know from your ancestors and how to help you to move forward. Okay, so let's go. Your generational curse affects you in what way? All right. Your generational curse affects you in a way that has you very emotional and anxious. Okay. And this moon is that, the super moon is that energy of, things happening in the brain rapidly. It's like the lunatic. That's what I'm not calling you a lunatic. Okay. But it has an effect on you, a negative effect. It's like a werewolf type effect on you. That's part of your generational curse. Like you go to 0 to 100 with fears and with actions and with your emotions, your reactions, how you address things, addressing things before thinking or not having the right approach to address things. Okay. And it is something that, it stagnates your development. Okay. I keep hearing lunatic, lunatic, lunatic. And forgive me, my spirit guides aren't calling you a lunatic. It's saying that you might be the type to pop off. Some of you might be the type to pop off fly real quick. Okay. Without really thinking it through. You just pop off. Right. And then some of you, I'm looking at Aries. Aries is forceful. Okay. Aries is, masculine energy. Some of you are men who pop off. Some of you are women who pop off. Real forceful, masculine energy. Okay. And you could be a leader, but you're headstrong, you're hard-headed. Okay. You could very well be a person that is, just seeking to dominate situations. And when things don't go your way, you get highly emotional, as if, everyone is supposed to like obey you kind of attitude and obey or accept everything that you say and do. Okay. And that's how your generational curse is affecting you right now. It's not allowing you to see that people have the right to be who they are. They don't have to explain themselves to you. And you kind of like disregard other human beings' emotions and kind of like make it all about you and what it is you want. And that is part of your generational curse. Okay. Um, in this generational curse, it peeks its head out in your life when you are at the top of your game. When you feel emotionally fulfilled, you might be belittling other people. Ooh, you know, you could be belittling other people, okay? And could be a bit of a show off, okay? Hmm. I had to laugh a little bit, okay? And you're probably wondering, some of you might even be desiring so much of a Nine of Cups energy, which is the energy of just like wanting to um, have it all. And life is at a standstill for you. You can't have what you want right now. And the universe is saying, well, honey, you have to develop these, new ways of thinking. Okay, so take what resonates with you. For some of you, you have it. Life is at a standstill, and you're not, good to others when you have it. And some of you are trying to have it all, and you're not getting the lessons that need to be learned with regards to maintaining and sustaining your emotions. Okay. Um, let's see. Uh, Still with this ancestor. All right. You feel left out, in the cold, abandoned. And this is something an ancestor did, now, there are groups of people that don't believe ancestors are always those who are deceased. You can look it up yourself. They are elders, okay? They call them ancestors. And I guess it's because they know eventually they may go. But I kind of get that some of you are dealing with abandonment, left out in the cold. Look at this. Look at this. These these candles are going out. These are supposed to be 8-hour candles, okay? And they're going out during this reading, okay? So it's like a freeze, okay? And I keep getting that freeze with you because it's part of the generational curse. Okay, it's like no matter how much you try, you just can't keep those flames alive. Keep that, you can't keep the motivation to keep going. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Let me put this candle back here. Let's go ahead and ask the divine creator to help show you the way out of this situation through this reading, after this reading. Whatever it is that's holding you back, ask the divine creator to release you from this coldness. Because we have Issa. Issa represents things being on ice, things being cold. People could be cold towards you. Then you have abandonment here where an ancestor, may have been abandoned, or it could have been any one of your parents abandoned by their parents, and this caused a certain attitude and behavior. Okay, for some of you, your grandparents abandoned your parent because they didn't agree with who they married, or the lifestyle they were living, or who they chose to have children by, or whatever. But somehow it has affected you in this lifetime with abandonment. Okay. Hmm. Your generational curse peeks its head out the most when you're trying to enjoy life. When you want to live the best of life, it's like you can smell it, you can see it, you can taste it, you just haven't gotten there yet. And it just seems to go away. You feel like sometimes, possibly some of you, may be feeling like life is teasing you with the success you could have in life. Like a wish come true. You want it, but it's like it keeps eluding you for some reason. And that is part of your generational curse. Things being on ice, the fire going out, coldness, dreariness. Okay? Let's get some cards here for abandonment. Setna. What happened with this ancestor? Why is abandonment here? Spirit guides. Assist those who chose pick a pile option. Let's see. These cards want to come out. Let's see what these are. Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Okay? So it's like, you may have to give up something in order to receive, because you're juggling situations, right? This ancestor at the same time, looking at this Two of Pentacles, it's like saying, they had to choose one or the other, right? And then with the Ten of Wands, it was like, what they chose, put an end to one thing, and you were part of that lineage. Okay? You were part of that lineage that they put a close to. They chose something else. They had options. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Like, say, for instance, Papa was a Rolling Stone, right? And he had two families. And he had to choose and decide which family he was going to be with. Okay? And he chose the other family and abandoned your grandmother, right? And so it could be your father. I don't know. He could have started. The generational curse does not have to be 400 years ago. Generational curses don't have to be 200 years ago. They could be one generation ago. Okay? And he put all his passion into, and I'm looking at how he's looking at the same direction in which she's going. So abandonment is looking the other way. She's the one left out in the cold. So it's like to say, a choice was made. All right? For those of you who want to know more, you got to start talking with your family. Find out what's really going on in the family that you don't know about. Okay? Talk to your ancestors on your altar. Talk to your grandparents. Talk to your mother, your father, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. Get family history. Now, how do you break your generational curses to get organized? Okay? You could be working with the energy of clutter. You could be working with the energy of being disorganized. You could be working with the energy of being over-regulative. You could be working with the energy of being emotionally a control freak and moving wrong. Okay? So you have to balance yourself out, reorganize how you do things, and do them correctly. Okay? Do it the way, if you don't know how, research how. It's like when you want to know how to cook something, you go to YouTube, right? You watch a chef prepare a meal. They go step by step and they show you how to make that meal. Some of us buy cookbooks. But even a cookbook could give you step-by-step instructions. If it's something you need to learn in order to get reorganized and to refocus yourself, your energies, then you need to get the knowledge. Some way, some shape, form, or fashion, you have to indulge in whatever it is you feel you aren't the strongest in. So therefore, you can come up out of this generational curse. Okay. If it is a self-help book you need to get your hands on with regards to how to control your emotions, then do so. Whatever your situation is. I'm just putting some things out there. Okay? I'm just I'm just the messenger. I don't know. You know best how this is affecting you. Now let's go here. Now, it could be hard for you to break your generational curse because some of you could be pregnant. Some of you may have a lot of children. Okay, and you may just have to wait until they get older. Okay. There are cycles in life and it might not be your turn because you have to be a parent. You have to, raise your children. What you want right now might not be accessible to you because your children are expensive. Some of you could be wanting to start a business and you can't do it because your children are more expensive and it costs a lot to run a business and you don't want to deprive them. So some of your businesses have become a hustle instead of a business. But things get greater later. So it sounds like to me that your generational curse could also be in finances, especially with the Nine of Cups here, having it all on an emotional level, that wish come true. Some of you need to get on a budget. Budgeting might be the answer. Some of you could be overspending and not spending on things that you can see do something for you. Some of you may need to invest. Some of you have been investing without a plan, without a strategy, and losing money. Some of you could be hoarding, buying unnecessarily. Okay? And that is stopping you from breaking your generational curse because it's part of your generational curse not to be organized and structured. Everybody's generational curses, and like I try to explain, that the shadow self is not like, this evil doppelganger, okay, or evil twin or something like that. A lot of people like to be on a dark side with everything, and that's not what it is. And a lot of times, generational curses have such a subtle energy to them that it goes overlooked as it possibly being something that needs to be fixed and eliminated from your life because it seems so subtle to you. But it's like you keep overlooking it, and it's the missing link. It's the piece of the puzzle that you needed to identify and take a look at and change. And it's not that big. It's really simple and easy, but we find it out later in life that it was something, if you don't get the message now and you get the message later in life and you say, you know what, I really should have just budgeted more and, didn't do so much overspending and, didn't have, whatever. Sometimes we just get it later in life and then boom, you're released. But then there are people that never get it. They live that way all their lives. They die that way. But because you chose pick a pile option number 3, it's like you have an opportunity to fix it. You have to restructure your life. You have to reorganize your life, and that might include a financial budget. Okay? And because you have this, your generational curse affecting you in the time that it takes to take action, you have roadblocks. With Issa, you're on ice. It's a standstill moment for you. Things feel cold. Some of you have this coldness from abandonment that has been a marker in your family. And it has affected your esteem and your ability to make decisions. Okay? It has affected you that way. And I'm sure by touching on some of this, you're going to recall some of what it is I'm saying, and you're going to apply it where it applies to, and you're going to have the key right there. And then all you have to do is educate yourself. When you know better, you do better. This is part of the education, right? And I'm sitting here looking at this meditation card, and this is a card that means stay still. You'll know when the time is right, but right now is not the time. Do you see the water? Do you see how the fog in the water kind of makes it seem like there is ice, but there are lilies, not lilies, lotuses on the water. This is a lotus bed. And listen, this card is talking about standing still, how things are saying to you that this is not the time. But your time is coming, and you will know. You have to stand still. Okay? Do nothing at this time. Find a quiet spot in your heart. Okay? And wait. Wait. All right? Meditate. Okay? To clear your thoughts. You may be carrying a lot of baggage, personal baggage with you right now. This card is saying to stay still and wait. You'll know when the time comes if you begin to meditate. The answers will come to you. You will know when the right time will come to take action. This is the time for you to be contemplating your next steps. You may be ready to go out here and do something without having taken the proper steps and precautions. And they're saying, slow down, stop, wait, freeze. Everything's on ice. Because they want your ancestors, spirit guides, and the divine creator wants the best for you. Those of you who chose pick a pal option number 3, but you have to do it right. And you have to wait. So everything is on ice. Everything is on hold just for the time being, just for right now. You won't miss anything if you stay quiet. You won't miss nothing. Okay? There's a certain magic in silence. There's a certain magic in darkness. There is a certain magic in standing still and standing down that you will be able to find if you meditate. Let's see what it is your ancestors, spirit guides, and the divine creator has for those who chose pick a pal option number 3. One card, please, spirit guides. Is there a card here? There we go. It is not your fault. Some of you could be carrying some guilt, okay? I don't know what it is you are carrying guilt about, but they're saying it's not your fault. Whatever it is that you've been carrying, you're carrying. Look at how they're slumped over. You have baggage, like I said before, you have baggage that needs to be addressed. Whatever the situation is, it's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself for things happening in life that you really had no control over. Okay? It's not your fault. Okay? Let's see what other messages Spirit has for those of you who chose Pick a Pile option number 3. Appreciate your talents. You see it? Understand your body. You had quite a few messages come out. I'm going to give them all to you. All right? Set your intentions. Practice moderation. Ask for guidance. Okay? So I'm going to put these cards up here. They all have a particular meaning for all of you who chose Pick a Pile option number 3. And I hope that this reading really helps you all. Let's go ahead. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your page, to my channel. Sorry. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Let's move now on to Pick a Pile option number 4. Welcome back. So for those of you who chose Pick a Pile option number 4, my right hand not working right now. Some of you could be experiencing some weakness in your right hand or on the right side of your body. Okay. For those of you who chose Lapis Lazuli, this is for you. Pile number 4. Oh, okay. Awesome. This is Dags. Okay. Your rune is Dags. And that is a beautiful, that is one of the most positive stones in the runes. Okay. Because it represents both the sun and the dawn. Okay. So the sun always in tarot, or some people say tarot, the sun represents success, benefits, okay, great social atmospheres, all right. Dawn represents the dawn of a new time, okay, transformation. An obstacle that might have been in your way is no longer an obstacle. You have not succumbed to the times, okay, that you are currently in. That is a beautiful room to have. Okay. Very beautiful room to have. And again, my rune set is, black obsidian. And it's a protective stone. And, I chose it because I wanted to, get the stone's energy to assist those who needed protection in their journeys. Okay, on their journeys. Let's go ahead and see what it has here. So again, that is a beautiful stone. All right, the end of a tough cycle approaches. That is full moon in Capricorn. The waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum. King of Wands. Coercion, Ereshkigal. This is E equals MC squared. This is Duat Epep. Duat Pert Heru, and High Priestess of Air. Okay. Let me say that, we have Capricorn on the board. Some of you could be Capricorn, some of you could be Capricorn, some of you could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? Some of you could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And waxing moons, I'm getting that, you get a really great boost of energy during the waxing moon and not during a full moon or a new moon, okay? How your generational curse is affecting you is that with tough cycles, okay? Your generational curse affects you in a way where you have everything you need to make changes in your life, right? And you do have the sun here. So maybe there was some learning and some developmental growth that you've gone through that allowed you to win this current test in your life. Okay. Or a test that you just finished and passed. Okay. And as I stated, Capricorn deals with, self-focus. So you most likely was focusing on you and only you. And there is no harm in doing that when things need to get done by you and only you, and you got to put everybody else to the back, then so be it. Okay. You were being ambitious. All right. And you tackled your obstacles head on. All right. You knew when to surrender. You knew when to get back into the game. You knew when to meditate. You knew when to re-strategize. Okay. And for those of you who chose pick a pile option number 4, I kind of feel like you have possibly broken your generational curse. Let's see here. All right. Let's smooth that over. It's a possibility. And I'm going to tell you how it feels to break a generational curse. You feel a heaviness on your spine, detach. You don't see anything, you feel it. You feel a spirit like detaching from your spine, and you feel the pain of its release in the APAP. You feel that some of you still have it, but you're headed towards breaking it. You feel the release, and it comes with a little bit of pain right there at the butt bone. If you have felt this, I need to hear and see your comments below. Let me know you know what I'm talking about. Something just released from some of you. Look at this. I'm looking at this imagery here, and it's like a snake being on the spine. Not with these cards, but what it is I'm describing here when you break a generational curse. It's like a snake being on the spine, going from the tailbone all the way up the spine to the crown chakra. And when it releases you, you feel it. And the pain from the pressure of it being there is felt in the tailbone. Okay? And this is the imagery that I'm getting here. So some of you will know what it is I'm talking about, and some of you will know in just a little bit. Will know what it is I'm talking about. When you break a generational curse, you'll know what it is I'm talking about. Okay? All right. Let me woosah. Usa. Mm, 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 mm. How this generational curse peeks its head out is through your parenthood, your parenting abilities, your ability to lead, your ability to guide, your ability to, this is the King of Wands is Gemini energy. Your, it peaks out in your ability to demonstrate leadership abilities. Your children need you, and you felt like you might not have been the strongest or the best leader you could be, or your nieces and nephew, you may not even have children. You could be an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, and you may feel like you could be stronger for your family if only that generational curse didn't affect you in that area. Your ability to lead, your ability to guide, your wisdom was affected. The ancestor that started this was easily persuaded. Look at this coercion card with Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal is one of coercion, persuasion, being talked in, easily talked into situations. So this ancestor, I'll say it like I said it in my previous readings on this particular pick a card. Once you do something 3 times, rather it be an act of good or an act of something perceived as not so good, it creates a mark in your genetic code. And that marker you pass down to those you give birth to or create. Okay? And that genetic marker of being easily persuaded, gullible, coerced, naive, is the problem. Okay? Going against what you really believe to do what it is you don't believe in is coercion. And this ancestor was coerced. Let me clarify. What was this ancestor coerced into doing? I know it's going to be different for everybody. So spirit guides, let's try and get a broad view of what's this? Comes right out. Prince of Pentacles in the reverse. Prince of Cups in the reverse. Why am I saying Prince of Pentacles? Okay. The Prince of Pentacles in the reverse is that of someone that does not take things head on, does not stand up for what it is they believe in. Okay. And the Prince of Cups, this could have, the Prince of Cups energy. And yeah, like I said, it was going to be different for everybody. The card came out Prince of Cups, but I said Prince of Pentacles, which means exactly what I just said that could have been. But this Prince of Cups energy that's out here is saying to me, they could not, sounds relationship. I said Prince of Pentacles in the beginning because the Prince of Pentacles, is like In the reverse, it's saying to me that, they didn't recognize game when, like, comparing or putting these two together. Putting these two together, the Prince of Cups and the Prince of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like not seeing the game. Naivete. Someone was seduced by love. And it ruined them because it's not like the person left. Let me see what the shadow energy is. This the Ace of Cups. It stopped them from having a new beginning. They left. Look at that. Five of Cups. So the Prince of Pentacles was game being run, and the Prince of Cups is a love that was not made to last. It was game. It was being gullible. Someone fell for the okie doke. Hmm. This is Pisces energy. This is deep emotions, having really deep emotions. And I'm not surprised because the Ace of Cups is right behind it. That's water energy. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Then you got another cups right behind it with the shadow energy. That's the Five of Cups it's Scorpio energy. Okay. So let's see. Okay. When we're dealing with this card right here, it's E equals MC squared. You see the skeleton, the skull there? He's trying to figure things out. He's got knowledge, he's got books, he's got it all. The internet, he's got the math, he's got the connection to the divine. He's not even someone who would be considered intelligent, but they are. It's a baboon, okay? So you could be looked at in a certain way because people don't understand you, and you have so much. You have so much. Hmm. This is why you're able to figure this out. You will figure it out. Like I said in the beginning, you, if you haven't already broken your generational curse, you will. You've got the answers. You've got the answers. Okay? And I love I love all of the piles. I really do. But those of you who chose pick a pile number 4, that 4 represents stillness, stability, okay? Foundations, okay? Hard work. All of that is in it. All of that is in here. You see how the King of Wands is in the upright. But because of its position, it has a different meaning. That means your situation is coming to a close. He's looking right at it. The end of it, he's looking at that tough cycle coming to a close. He's looking at the energy gaining momentum. He sees it coming. He knows it's coming. He knows. Take how it resonates with you, male or female. Okay? For some of you, let's figure out how it will be hard and how it may be hard right now for some of you to break this generational curse. And we're looking at Apep and Pert M. Haru. Let's look at them. So Apep and Pert M. Haru. Apep is one of oppression. See? See how I was talking about that snake being on your spine? How that energy could be oppressing you. This is dealing with unconscious fears. You could have fears you don't even know about because of your ancestor. And whatever she went through with that individual, or whatever he went through with that woman, okay, passed down to you. You're dealing with pain and suffering that you did not even experience. That snake on your back, on your spine, blockages, okay? You've got memories in your mind right now that are haunting you. With that APEP energy. Some of the memories, you don't even know why you fear them, but you do. And that's an ancestral trauma. Pert M. Haru. This is your spiritual awakening. See it? This is victory. What I tell y'all? Go ahead with your badass. What I tell y'all? What I tell you? You're going to have victory over your... This is victory. Dags. The dawn of a new day. The sun shining on you. Those fears and those memories, dark nights of the soul is leaving you. Whatever has been holding you back, whatever oppression you have been experiencing will be no more. You got victory over it. Ashe, ayi bobo. Ayi bobo. For those of you who don't know what that means, that is like saying amen, hallelujah. Okay? All right. Let me... Woosah. Let me woosah. Some of you need to go outside some more. Okay? Bathe in that fresh air. Get you some fresh air. Some of you could be working indoors a little too much and not getting no sunlight. Not getting no fresh air. Okay? Some of you is in the act of making a decision right now, and you need to get some fresh air. Clear your thoughts. Okay? Because this card is also dealing with logical thinking, that of a Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. You got to get into your Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. You have to logically think out what your next move is. Logically. Okay? So that you can get the right actions that you need to take. For those of you who has not received, that blessing of breaking that generational curse, okay? Because your spirituality is what's helping you. Okay. This card is just saying to you, now is the time to think before you act. All right. This is a time for you to have reasonable conversations with people of importance, people with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Okay. This is a time for you to make calculated decisions, right? Okay. So for those of you who chose Pick a Pal option number 4, this here message is for you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I would like to know how you all are moving along. I've gave you all some keys. Work with what you got. Because if Spirit could figure it all out for you, there will be nothing for you to do. Remember, the work is yours. Be glad and do it. All right? Divine peace and blessings.